All right, welcome everyone. I'm Awakened Saint. I have Dave, Flat Earth Dave, in the background, waiting patiently. I want to show you a video that got me started watching Dave, and then we'll bring him up and talk to him.
Why don't we see any land when we're looking down at the ocean from the space station?
Why? Because you're over top of ocean.
Okay, well, don't you think they could be fooling us with this picture?
Okay, I give you this.
Wait, watch the picture.
I know that.
Watch the picture.
I know that they airbrushed some stuff.
It's not airbrushed. This is us in our front yard on a solar panel, and we tricked you, showing you how easy. We have zero budget. They have $65 million a day, and I tricked you.
There's Dave, and watch the picture. Watch the.
That was after a long, frustrating podcast where they were just denying excuses, saying that you couldn't make up stuff. And I just showed them how easy it was. Now, I didn't do that. That video, by the way, was a guy named a channel called P Brain. He put that in his video, and I took that clip and just used it. So,
okay,
full credit to P Brain for the solar panel and the upside down video.
So the budget was even lower than you said, because you just
no, that's our budget, zero.
Oh.
NASA at that time got $65 million a day. Now they get $80 million a day.
Oh man!
All right,
and people wonder how we have all these underground cities and whatnot.
Yeah,
right, right.
Yeah, I don't think NASA gets that money. I think NASA gets like $5,000 a day.
Yeah, that's how they're siphoning the money to other things.
Yeah, they take that money from us and do what they want with it.
So Flat Earth Dave, where did you start with? I saw you on Roseanne Barr, by the way, but I didn't get any of those clips. So that's interesting, but we'll get to that later. But I want to know, were you always Flat Earth? When did this Flat Earth thing start for you? Because I can tell you when it started for me.
Like 2014, 2015. I was doing my podcast Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole, looking into all of the fake shootings and other things that were going on in the world. And in the third year, people started sending me Flat Earth stuff. Hey, Dave, you checked out Flat Earth? And I just thought it was a joke. Then I started, you're annoying. And I started banning people. And then finally, my friend Sophia Smallstorm, another researcher on many big topics, convinced me to look. And I looked for the bad attitude. I looked with the purpose of disproving Flat Earth and proving the globe. And that's how we all become Flat Earthers.
Yeah, I think so. I was 2017 for me. So my main foundation of my channel is the Mandela effect. We won't talk about that topic tonight. We don't need to. But when I noticed my shift in paradigm is when I noticed reality wasn't what I thought it was. I took everything in my education, went back to the beginning and started over. And that's really the beginning of me seeing it. Because I had a guy named Brian Staveley on here. I don't know if you've heard of him.
I'm friends with Brian.
Well, I told him I was going to prove him wrong. I was live with him, and I said, next time you come on here, I'm going to prove you wrong. And next time he came on, we were just talking about, hey, how he was right. And
if we have time at the end, I have a Mandela question for you. So let's do other stuff first. We have time at the end.
Sure. We'll make time for that. That'll be interesting. Okay. So 2014, but what shifted your paradigm? Like, I had an event where I saw something and I said, well, reality's not right. So maybe other things aren't right.
Well, before Flat Earth, I was questioning what money was. And so I guess the first video that woke me up was a video called Money Masters, about what is money and how money is made. And then I was like, wow, that's not what we were taught in school. And then I started looking at that. And then I started finding out about the Federal Reserve. And then I found out about the IRS. And so then I'm like, wow, that broke my paradigm. And then, I didn't do a whole lot with it. And then 9/11 happened, and I actually had a great view, better than people in New York City did. From where I am in Connecticut, I can see the New York City skyline better than you can in the city, because in the city, you're blocked by buildings. I had a beautiful view of the towers, and that's what woke me up. Like, this world is not what we think it is.
Did you see planes hit buildings?
Hell no, there's no planes on 9/11.
Let's not go too deep into that. This is only YouTube today. But I just wanted to see what you said, since you said you saw it.
I I'll tell you the quick story because it's kind of interesting, I think. I was actually packing my bags. I had a customer in New York City that was in visiting somebody in the hospital. We were going to meet at LaGuardia Airport. We're flying to Ohio. And I'm listening to Howard Stern. And Gary comes running in, or somebody says, I think they had Pamela Anderson on. And not that that matters. And they said a plane, like a small Cessna or something, hit the trade towers. And I'm looking at that and going, wow, that's really unbelievable. Right. And so I'm looking at that. And I call my customer, John, and I said, John, I said, turn on the news. I said, look out the window, can you see downtown? And he goes, let me check. And at that very moment, on TV, the second plane hit the other building, and our phones dropped dead. And first I'm thinking, wow, I wonder if my flight's going to be delayed. And then then the second one, I was like, is that going to really delay my flight? And then I was thinking, nah, probably not. Then the phones went out. I'm like, pretty sure my flight's canceled. So I went down to the beach and saw the first building implode. And that's when I realized something is totally not right. And that was my view of 9/11.
So what was the first, so that kind of got you looking at reality, but what was the first thing that you were like, hey, you know what? Maybe we're not on a ball flying through space. Like what did you actually see? Did you see something that was just right in front of you? Like me, I noticed the horizon and how far away I can see because I'm a pilot. So I was just like, wait a minute, how can I see 70 miles away? How am I seeing this? That was mine.
Right. So it was mine was Boats Over the Horizon because I live on the water. And, the whole thing with Al Gore and the water rising. And I'm like, how is Miami going to be underwater when, I'm in Connecticut? The water is going to be it's the same body of water. I go, and I've been in the same town my entire life in the water. I'm a windsurfer, kite surfer, and boater. I'm like, the water level hasn't changed a friggin' inch since I was a kid. And, I'm like, this is all bullshit. And then, where was I going with that story? What was the question you just asked? Sorry.
I was just wondering. I'm digging deep because I'm digging deep into your past. I want to know, what did you first see? And you're like, wait a minute, that we're not on a ball flying through space.
Yeah. So it was the Boats Over the Horizon, and so I looked and I right at that time the P900 came out, and I went down to the beach, and actually it was beautiful. It was a cold, crisp, clear day, unbelievably calm and flat water. And I set my tripod up right at the water's edge, and I zoomed in on something 11, like over 10 miles away. So I rounded down to 10, a buoy, and I'm like, get the hell out of here. And I could see it. Not only that, I could see the beach beyond it. And I'm like, the curvature formula is wrong. And then I went and I checked that. And, on the debunking sites, they're like, oh, you got to share the curvature. You're halfway down and it's halfway down. So it's only half the curvature. I'm like, okay, instead of 66 feet of curvature, there's 33 feet of curvature. And neither one of those is right.
No.
Yeah. And so I could still see it. And I was like, wow. And so that was like after searching online for a couple of weeks trying to find information. Back then, YouTube would feed you great videos. Oh, you like that? You like this P-Brain video? You like this? You like that? Watch this video. And it would just feed you good information. But, the Boats Over the Horizon argument proves the Earth is flat. It absolutely does.
Oh, totally.
Yeah. So like people say, what about this boat? It's over the horizon. No, this boat is just beyond this wave horizon here. That's what I call the front line. It's ridiculous. Like you don't see boats, and then you zoom in, you're making them bigger and bigger, and all of a sudden the boats just appear. Right? Now that's angular resolution. But the bottoms of the boats disappear because of the waves in the foreground. Like my finger can't hide my face, right?
Right.
But if it was in the foreground, it could.
Yeah, now it does, but nothing's changed. It's just coming straight from you, right?
And what do flat earthers always say about the horizon? The horizon always rises.
I'm not really a flat earther, but I don't believe in space, and I don't believe we're on a ball. So
the horizon always rises to eye level, which is not true. It appears to rise to eye level. In fact, it's thousands and thousands of feet above your eye level when you're looking out. Right here,
Okay.
here's one where a boat disappears from the bottom up. So we zoom in, there's no boat, no boat, no boat. And as we get bigger and bigger and bigger, all of a sudden we realize, oh, look, there is a boat. And so we'll zoom in and we can see pretty much the whole boat. Now look at these waves in the foreground, right? That like my finger can't hide this boat, but look, it's disappearing from the bottom up. Look, half the boat's gone. A glober will say that's because of Earth curvature. No, it's just the way we see. And things disappear from the bottom up because when you're looking out, the bottom, you have the worst angle. When something's up high, you have a better angle to see it. But as it gets smaller, that bottom part gets compressed into the horizontal eye zone, I call it.
Yeah, that's definitely proof. Are you familiar with the rail gun at all?
Oh yeah, it shoots over 100 miles, and there would be a mile of curvature.
Well, it's programmed. Over a mile. It's actually designed for a 3-foot drop at 100 miles. Yeah, not 3-foot drop, 3-inch drop. My bad. I said I got it wrong.
Oh, is it 3 inches? I didn't know that.
3-inch. It does a 3-inch deflection at 100 miles, and
Yeah.
no one says, "Wait a minute, aren't you firing that into outer space? What are you doing?"
Now, Globers will say this is a nice, crisp, clear horizon, right? This is just where you can't see anymore, right? Where your angle reflects the sky. These are dolphins that are jumping. If the Earth was a globe, they're jumping from behind the curve. Okay, they're jumping from behind the curve and to come up to see you. Right?
That's real interesting.
And this distance, this is far beyond this line that we call the horizon, right? So this is not this. The horizon's like out here. It's way out there, right? So let me see if I can. I have in my presentation, I have a different way to show this. So if I'm looking down at the rocks on the ground right there, I have a great view of them, and I could resolve lots of information, right? Mm-hmm. And if I'm looking out at like these rocks out here, I think those are rocks. I have a pretty good angle. I can resolve a lot of information from them. But when I'm looking out here, if I put my eyes at the camera height, out here, that angle, that all of that information is just it's going to become compressed, and I can't resolve anything. So that's what creates this line of vision, right?
Yeah.
From here in this picture, from here to here, that's about 100 yards. Let's just say, okay.
Okay.
And then from here to here, which is about a quarter of that distance, that's probably 10 miles. So not only do things get compressed from left to right and top to bottom, they could get compressed from back to front, right? So this is 100 yards. And then from here to here, that's another 100 yards. From here to here, it's another 100 yards. And it gets smaller and smaller and smaller. It just gets compressed to where every time you go another 100 yards farther, you can't see any farther into that depth of field. You understand?
Oh, I totally understand. Yeah.
Yeah. On my channel, on my channel, DITRH stands for Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole. There's a video, a dolphin video. You'll see dolphins on it that explain what I did with better graphics.
Well, that totally explains it. So the ships over the horizon got you going on it, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And then what about this? I don't know. Are you on a crusade? I mean, this interview process where you go everywhere, because I saw you on Roseanne Barr. And what's your plan? Just to get the information out? Are you trying to wake people up? What's the mission?
What's my mission? What do you mean? What do you say I'm on a crusade? I've only done 1,300 interviews since 2021. Okay. What do you mean? I have an agenda?
I think I'm okay. What is the agenda? Go ahead and tell us.
The agenda is to wake people up to the truth, right?
Yeah. Okay. That's what I figured it was.
It's to wake people up to the truth. And, people like, oh, you're doing it for money. You're grifting to sell your $3 app. And I created an app. We'll talk about that a little bit. But
yeah, we will.
The app makes it because YouTube censorship. I mean, you can't find the information. And also my channel,
those videos on that app.
My channels are so shadow banned. So I figured I'd break the algorithm by just going on everyone else's show. Like I love shows that are non-conspiratorial shows that are just like, the flat earth is stupid. Let's have this guy on and him. Right. And like if you Google my name, you get mostly propaganda, but sometimes you end up of the algorithm doesn't know what to do, right? And so they're feeding you some stuff. But if you want to find all the information, everything at flatearthdave.com. Everything's at flatearthdave.com. All my channels, interviews channels, my DITRH channel, Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole is DITRH. And everything Flat Earth is there.
Yeah, well, I can testify that you're not just out here to make money, because I'm not a big channel, and look, we're talking. So there's that.
I'm here to wake up people. You know, I'd rather talk to a channel that is interested in learning than go on a Flat Earth show that's all earthers. Now, you probably have a bunch of Flat Earthers. Mandela, Flat Earth, they go together.
Oh, yeah, we do. Quite a few. But
that's true everywhere. That's true everywhere now. It's true everywhere. No matter where you should see the comments on the Roseanne Barr interview. I mean, they're 95% people like, wow. And I've gotten so many messages from people that weren't Flat Earth. They're like, that was interesting. You know, I'm getting your app. I'm going to go on the website and look at the videos there. And I get so many people that are like, wow, the Earth is flat now. And I'm like, welcome.
No, welcome aboard. Now try to figure this other stuff out. The money's fake.
Time for some new friends, right?
Time for new friends. Yeah. So I want to show you this because I'm going to show you a real short video if I can find it. Did I upload it? Yes, I uploaded it. It's a 39-second video. We have time. I'm looking at the time. I remember back in the 90s looking up in the sky in North Carolina. I was in the military at the time, and I saw a star. And it looked weird to me. It had like multiple colors in it. And I was just like, was that a UFO? What the heck is that? But let me show you this and let's discuss your point of view of this real quick. You've probably seen this. This probably came from your channel. I don't know. So that is supposed to be a star, and then the guy is showing what he think we're looking at. So what do you think we're looking at?
Yeah, so I mean, the sky, in my opinion, is water. There's waters above, waters below. We're in this toroidal bubble, if you will.
I agree with that opinion.
And, you know, if you listen to NASA, you know, everything they talk about the ships and docking and the Sea of Tranquility and everything is nautical terms. They're everything they talk about in space is nautical terms. So they're always telling us, but, you know, our consumer optics have outgrown their lies, right?
There you go.
This is another one that is just amazing. And, you know, you have to believe that's a burning ball of gas in a space vacuum. We could just stop there. Gas in a vacuum. Uncontained gas in a vacuum. Gas violently fills the available space, except in space, gas collapses and turns into a nuclear furnace and burns forever.
Doesn't make any sense.
Without it, none of that makes any sense. Well, you know, the gravity from so much gas. How much gas do you need for it to collapse instead of expand? And how do you get that much gas together so it does collapse because it expands, right? If you had a box of air in a vacuum, in a room that was a vacuum, and you made a hole in it, it instantly will fill the room violently.
Right.
The box will probably explode. You probably don't even have a box strong enough to hold air, you know, inside of a vacuum. You've seen the tank when they suck the air out of it, it collapses from the air pressure. Think about the opposite of that.
So this right here, we're obviously looking through water. That's what I think.
Obviously, I mean, nothing's obvious, but sure, it does seem like water.
I don't know what else it could be.
Yeah. I mean, here's another one. This is Aldebaran. And all of them have their own little personality, if you will, right?
Yeah.
Right? This one's Beetlejuice.
Interesting.
And you know, we have to believe that these are burning balls of gas. This is Sirius. right? And
Yeah.
this one you can see with your naked eye is Arcturus, right? You can actually see this changing colors like that with your naked eye when it's in the sky.
That's probably the one I saw. That looks like it.
Yeah.
That's probably what I saw.
And
they're always in the same spot. Year after year after year, they're in the same spot.
Yep. And
that's weird.
This one's nice. This one's like nice and crisp, and like I could almost hear it. And I don't know what they are. The only Crow 777 radio. Do you listen to Crow?
I do. Yeah.
All right, Crow. CRROW777radio.com.
Yep.
He's probably one of the best informative podcasts out there. He says, this is a quote, that the only thing you could say about any of the lights in the sky is that they're lights. Star, moon, sun.
We don't know 100% because the people running the world have basically kept us out of education. Is how I see it.
Right.
There's two echelons of education. There's education you and I have been able to expose ourselves to, and then there's them, and they probably have classes as children where they're learning what these are. That's right. The sad part.
So, but for us as the sheeple on their farm, which to them that's what we are.
Yep.
The only thing that we can definitively say, now we're getting a lot of good ideas, we've got a lot of evidence, is that they're lights. That's all we can say. We don't know. We don't know what the sun is. We don't know how far it is. Crow thinks the sun is 3,300 miles away. I think it's 30 miles away. I could be way overestimating. It could be way closer. But we both don't know. We both don't know. Okay?
Yeah.
And I think the sun that we see is not the real sun. The real sun is in the firmament, above the firmament. A lot of people, you're biblical, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Okay. So God said he placed the sun in the firmament.
Yep.
So by me saying that the real sun is above the firmament, am I going against the Bible?
Well, yeah. I guess you are.
Let me ask a question.
Uh-huh.
When you put your milk in the refrigerator, do you put it in the refrigerator or do you put it under the refrigerator?
Put it in the refrigerator.
Okay. So the sun in the firmament, to me, is above the lower layer. We're below the firmament, and the firmament starts where the firmament starts. The firmament could be 1 billion miles thick or 10 miles or whatever. And the sun is in the firmament, not below it. I just made a damn good argument, right?
You did. You made a good argument.
Yeah. So again, it's how you interpret it, right? We're both right, but you can't say I'm wrong.
Well, it's the wisdom of, I'll give you some Bible, it's the wisdom of a man to consider a matter without embracing it. So we'll talk about everything you can find out.
So here's the thing. That verse in the Bible could mean that God put the sun underneath the dome, if we say there's a dome, okay? And it also could mean he could put it in the dome, which is above the layer that we see. We're under the dome, so the dome is thick and it's in the dome. Both of those can be, interpreted from that statement.
Now, we also believe there's multiple heavens, like God created the heavens.
I believe that too. I believe the heavens are right there in front of us. I believe the clouds.
Heavens, you're probably not wrong with your interpretation when there's multiple heavens. Which one are you in?
How about this? The clouds are literally angelic, right? Water carries information. Like they say we're 70% water. I think we're more than 70% water, but Earth is 70% water. Water, a drop of water holds terabytes of information, right? You've seen the Dr. Emoto stuff, right?
Yeah.
And so when you look at unchemtrailed clouds, they have nice sharp edges and they're morphing, and we see shapes in them, and sometimes like you could think shape and it'll appear in the clouds, right? I think we have a deep connection, and to believe, we live in this realm where water gets delivered when it's needed in cycles, right? But we're taught in science that water just randomly appears, hot and cold, uneven heating of the earth causes weather and everything. I think this place is intelligently designed. I think the water gets intelligently delivered. I think that the clouds are sentient. This is me, not speaking for anybody else, okay? I think the clouds are sentient, and I think when they're spraying the sky, if you watch what happens when a chemtrail meets a regular cloud, it just turns it into a slurry. I think that's a war in the heavens against God, right in front of our eyes. Right in front of our eyes.
Okay. That's interesting. I definitely I want to do that experiment where you have the picture and you put like a dish of water over it and you sit there and then you freeze the water. Have you seen that experiment?
I did it the other day. I've done it. I've done it twice, and both times it was like, that's interesting, right? But I want to do it with like a more defined shape, and I got it. I've done it twice.
That's what I was going to. I was like, you just skipped ahead because I was just going to ask if you've done it and then what you came up with. Because I'm thinking maybe use a solid square picture so I get 90-degree angles so I can see it do it. You know what I'm saying? Instead of like a picture of like a lamb or something to see if it copies it. You know, something easier to do. Maybe I have dumb water where I live.
No. Maybe. I use distilled water. I don't know. I'm gonna try it a couple different ways, but we'll see.
What did you use? What picture did you use?
I thought of a picture and then thought it at the water and then put the water in.
Oh, and, you did that?
Yeah.
So did it do anything?
I would say that you could say it's pareidolia. You know, that it wasn't anything definitive, but I've seen like friends that have done it definitively. And again, I'm just so much on the move, everything. I really wasn't even focusing that hard. I got to do it like with a picture and stare at it, and put my intention in it, and then do it. And I have high confidence that it will work. I didn't think about thinking something towards it because I can't prove that to somebody else. But if I had a picture of like a square with the water on it, I could show other people in the room, look what I'm doing, and then put that in the freezer and then pull it out and it's got a square in it. Like, hey, look what. So, but if I did that and they didn't see the picture and I said I thought square, you know, you get the denial of the people seeing your experiment. Yeah, just try it. I mean, you've seen the rice experiment. It's the same kind of thing.
Right? Yeah, the rice experiment because there's water involved. I think that's really why that works because there's water in the rice.
How about this? If you go on the app and you search, I think there's water. Let me just see. If I type in water.
Is this on your app or are you on the internet?
Can you see the app? No, I'm on the app. I don't even know where the video is. Water. Let's see. So there's a video called is it? Oh, where is it? Not here. I guess that search term was too broad. What is water? Maybe.
Yeah, it'd be cool if there's a video in there on it.
Oh, there it is. So, what is water?
Awesome.
And it's actually a video by. This is funny though. How this happened. I have been talking about this, and then Jaron made a video on it, and he had never heard me talk about it. And it was about how water, like in the Bible, it doesn't say when God created water. Maybe water is God. It's everywhere. It's in us. It's around us. We breathe water. Where it maybe water has something to do with what God is. Watch the video. Yeah. It's really good. Well, what is water? And you could maybe you can find it on Jaron's channel, but you can find it on the app just by searching "what is water."
Yeah, I would definitely. God spoke everything into existence is our belief here. So there's a lot of parallels with what you're saying. It is good information.
And if the God separated the waters from the waters, right? And there's waters above, there's waters below. We're made of water. The clouds, the sky, the air is water. Everything is water. God's everywhere, right?
Right. And the chat room, I'm getting living water.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, so it's very, very interesting. What is water? It's a cool video, and maybe it'll inspire other people to take that research even farther. There's so many. I can't even. I haven't watched it in a while, but so many parallels to what water does and what it is, and relating it to God. So it's very interesting.
Absolutely.
Well, you can't live without water. You can't live without God.
No, that's right. You definitely can't. You can't live without water. You have the rules of three. Those in survival, the rules of three. You have how long you live without air, how long you can live without water, and how long you can live without food. There should be a spiritual thing in that because I really think when you're separated from the spirit, you're not going to last very long.
Well, breath, your breath is spirit, and the water. I mean, those are God right there. And then the food, needs water to be food. I mean, everything is water. Everything.
Yeah,
everything.
Some of us are more water than others, and we need to work on that.
And check this out. We live in this world where you can take a seed out of a jar that your great-grandfather put into a jar in your basement, and you could stick it into the ground, and then the most precious substance from on earth will fall from the sky, and then food will grow out of the ground. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. That's
good.
amazing.
It's awesome. It's creation.
Think about
so
that.
I think even
all my random chants too, of course.
No, that's good. I believe on the religious side, you're Jewish, right? I think so.
I'm not on the religious side. I was told that I was born Jewish. I know less about Judaism than probably you.
Well,
okay?
that's why I brought that up. I wasn't claiming anything. I'm just asking.
Yeah, I think that you know, a lot of religion is corrupted. I think that you're you know,
I think all religion is corrupted.
Okay, I was trying to be gentle. But I will say
don't be gentle with that.
I will say that. There's basically, you know, just God's law. Don't what is it? Don't hurt anybody. Don't what are the three laws? The natural law. Don't kill anybody. Don't steal from anybody. Don't perjure yourself or something like that.
The golden rule, that kind of thing.
Yeah, those are the laws. And God said, I think the first thing he said to Adam and Eve was, don't make any laws. You're not allowed to make any laws. The only thing that you're allowed to do to someone else is when they break God's law, then you can do something to them to punish them. Right? And the governments don't obey God's law. That's why they need the globe. They need the globe because if they operated in nature, in natural law, in natural world, then they'd have to obey God's law, and then they wouldn't be able to make any laws, right? So they need their own law. They need their own globe, their own ball field to make their own rules because they can't do it in nature. Nature doesn't lie. Lies only exist in your mind, right? Truth exists because it's the truth. Lies only exist in your mind.
Yeah, what I was getting with that, bringing up the Judaism and whatnot, the flat Earth concept. How many? Well, you're in the flat Earth realm more than I am as far as people like hanging out with flat Earthers and stuff. I have to stay on the down low being a pilot. Unfortunately, there's very few of us. But you have you run into any atheist flat Earthers? Is that even a thing?
There is no such thing as an atheist. I was an atheist. I wouldn't. I hate saying that word because that's like a dirty word to me. Atheist. I think atheist, you have to have more faith to be an atheist than not to be because to believe that, you know, all of this stuff just came, you know, an explosion happened in a junkyard and a Ferrari drove out. I mean, it's the stupidest thing ever, right? I mean, and we're way more complex than that. I was kind of in denial of creation. I believed in science and space and everything. And then when I discovered, you know, the earth was flat, I was like, that means it's intelligently designed. That means there's a designer, right? You see a giant building, you know there's a builder, you know, there's a creator of that building. Right. And so I, you know, and the thing is, I find that my job and you know, this is my mission that I think I'm being told to do is to take people from where I was, which was, I don't believe in God. Like I'd be listening to a podcast, they're talking about all this great stuff and I'm taking notes and stuff. And then all of a sudden they're like, can we pray? And they break out the Bible and like, oh, these are religious freaks. And I throw everything in the garbage and I'd unsubscribe and I'd never listen to them again because they're religious nutbags, because anyone that believes in God is a nutbag. And, and so my job is to bring people to flat earth, which is the same as bring them to knowing there's a creator, and I'm done. At that point, I never, ever tell anyone what God to pick or how to. That's it. You know there's a creator. You no longer can deny it, and now you have to figure out your relationship.
Yeah, and it will come to you. All you have to do is
ask. Oh, absolutely.
That's absolutely.
Yeah, and you don't even have to try. It comes. You just have to listen. You just have to listen.
Absolutely agree with you 100% on that.
Yeah,
I'm watching the time. I have a ticker.
We can go. We can go a little over if you can if you want.
I definitely can. I didn't know if you're just gonna be like.
No, I'm good. It's my last interview for today.
All right. Would you have more to expand on the religious stuff? Because I wanted to.
Well, I don't like the word religion. I just like the word in understanding that the creator. Your relationship with the creator is your religion.
Right. Your faith.
Your faith.
Not a religion.
Yeah, well, yeah, I think religion is just the wrong word now because it's been so hijacked. And, I think one of the most evil organizations in the earth is the freaking Vatican, but a lot of people say, oh, you hate Christianity? People go, Dave, are you a Christian? Are you a Christian? I'm more Christian than most Christians are because I obey God's law a lot better. And it's very simple. I don't follow dogma and nonsense that you're taught. The main purpose of religions are so you follow laws, so you listen to the government. That's literally what religions force people to do, to obey the law, listen to the governments, right?
Absolutely. Well, somebody in the chat room has stated Jesus Christ hated religion, and that's true because he actually
that true?
We talked about this.
Do you know that? Did he tell you that? Were you there? Did you hear him say that?
Well, we're going to get into biblical view if you're. No, I didn't talk to him directly, but the stories were told. The stories were told is his great going and flipping all the tables and saying you're making my father's house a den of thieves. He wasn't big popular among all the robe wearing, hey, look at me people. He wasn't popular among those people. So I think that's what they're getting at.
Got it. I got it. I forgot where we're going with that.
I don't know.
It's all right.
Well, we can talk about your app. You got it up, and we wanted to talk about your app, and we actually have two more topics to dig into. So let's talk about this app. How long does that take to show us this thing?
I'll just show you a couple things on it. The thing is, if you want to learn about flat Earth, it's difficult, and you're going to find a lot of garbage, and you're not going to find the good stuff. The app is $3. There is a subscription that you don't need to get. I want you to get it.
Is that $3 a month, $3 a day?
$3 one-time charge, and you get 95% of the content on the app. But there's stuff like on the Friend Finder. If you go on the Friend Finder, let me just get rid of that. This comes with the basic version of the app where you can see all the other people around you, and you can click on them and see their profile and message them and send out. You go, hey, I'm having a meetup. You can schedule a meetup. But if you want to send messages, you have to be a subscriber. The subscription is $11 a year. Okay. That's it. And you can earn a free subscription if you click this button right here. That brings you to the referral page. You click this pencil, you have a random number here, change it to whatever you want, up to 7 characters. And then anytime you're talking flat Earth with somebody, and I'm going to show you that when you talk flat Earth, you're going to show them the app, and they're going to go, where do I get that app? And just say, well, when you get it, use my referral code. And when you get 11 points, you can trade it in for a free subscription for a year. Right.
Okay. Yeah, that's
cool. Also, just for those of you that don't know, we're going to have an airdrop towards the end of the summer where we've created a new cryptocurrency called Dome, where the dome is the limit. And the way it's mined is by waking people up, by opening mines is how you mine it. So anytime your referral code is used once, you get 1,000 Dome. They're mined and they're sent to your wallet, and you have to put your MetaMask wallet address here. Even if you don't have any referrals, put your MetaMask here, because all of the people that have referrals in the past, they're going to get 1,000 for everyone they have. But if they don't have a MetaMask in there, all of those get split upon anyone that put a mask in. It's going to just be split between everybody equally. All right.
That is interesting.
And hey, who knows what Dome's going to be worth? In 4 years, it could be worth $0. It could be worth $1. It could be worth $10. I don't know. But the Matt, my co-host Matt Long. I don't know if you know Matt. He's a biblical side of flat Earth. We're like, in 4 years from now, we're going to do a podcast, and we're like, can you believe we give out $10,000 per referral?
Probably when the system crashes next year, right?
That would be funny. But check it out. So that's easy. That's there. Another thing on here is this button right here is the meetup maker. And I want to, whether you're going to make your own meetup.
I'm going to zoom in on you. I'm going to zoom in on you so people can see that. So you're solo right now because I want them to see.
So right here, this is the meetup maker. I'm going to just flip the screen. And so you can go here and say sort by date. And I'm going to just say all of this year and all for from the for the next year. Right now, there's 18 meetups in here, and Flat Earth Social, that's actually going on right now in the UK. Right as we no, it's probably over now because it's late. But you have meetup information, and you can list your own meetup, and people will see it. But importantly, so you don't have to go checking, hey, is there a meetup near me? Let me just see. I just put one in here. Yeah, I'm having one in Mexico on the October 1st. So anyone that's going to be in near Cancun, I'm having a meetup in October. Cool. Right? So most importantly, if you go here, it says alert me. And if you click that, just I say within 1,000 miles, but maybe you don't want to travel 1,000 miles. 500 miles or 100 miles are your choices. Put in an email address, and anytime somebody enters a meetup that's within your radius, no matter where you are, I could be visiting California and somebody enters one, I'll see it. It'll notify me via email that there's a meetup in your area, which is super cool. Right?
Yeah, that is pretty cool. I didn't know about the find awake people aspect of it.
Yeah, it gets better than that. But I could say meetups within 500 miles. I could say search by location, search by date. So you can do all sorts of stuff. So going back to the app, hold on. There's the heart button. Now that's the matchmaker, right? The matchmaker. So you put in your birth year. I have myself as 2024. That makes me less than 1 year old. That way I won't show up in anyone's search because I'm using this for testing. I say I'm interested in women between so-and-so age. I hit search, and it'll load up. There's 47 people within the radius that I selected, and I could swipe from profile to profile to profile. It takes a moment to load, and I can see other women and men or whatever you're interested in, and you can message them, click the messaging button. You can start communicating, texting. You can do voice messages. You can do anything. You can do video calls on this. Did you know that?
No, I did not know that.
Yeah.
I just thought it was a clock, honestly.
That's no, it does. So, and I also just added a new button right here. This is the biblical button. And we have, these are all biblical channels. This is just kind of a mass list of great videos. This course called Biblical Cosmology is amazing. Marty Leeds every Sunday does his church service, the Gnostic Academy, which is great. Don't go if you don't like swear words because he's a swearing pastor, and he's a swearing pastor. I swear, all right. But he uses the words properly. It's intent. It's intent that matters. It's intent. It's intent on a word. It's like I don't want to swear on your show, but if someone said, I effing love you, is that a bad thing?
Well, that's perspective, isn't it?
It is. It's all perspective. Here, in the way this world is messed up, do we really need to worry about words? It's intent that matters.
No, we don't worry about anything over here on the Wake and Sing channel. We don't worry at all.
Yeah. So it does that. There's the star button brings you to, these are featured channels, mostly TikTokers. Really cool stuff. So if you're looking for content, these guys are awesome. There's the biblical section. This is the new Old World page. Have you watched Old World Order yet? Amazing. My lunch break. You haven't watched that yet?
I've watched My Lunch Break. I have seen those.
Yeah, My Lunch Break. He's great. And again, take everything with a grain of salt. Don't believe everything that you see. Look at it, think about it, verify it. Another one favorite is I'm the Improbable Dreamer. He's on Instagram. Follow him. He's fantastic. From old world stuff to airships, all sorts of stuff. There's all sorts of stuff on here. Video search, because you can't search on YouTube, people like, you can't find anything. Like if someone said to me, hey, Dave, where I saw that Joey and Cheeks clip that he made, where's the full interview? I could just type in Joey and Cheeks. I could probably just type in Cheeks, and up comes, let's see if I did it right. There we go. There's the clip, and here's the full interview. Okay, so and it's there twice because it's on two channels. But there's the clip and the full interview. So So that's a way, that's how I find videos now, even though they're my videos. And then images, like I have tons and tons of images. So someone says, Dave, what about sun under clouds? That actually proves that the Earth is flat, because a globe, because you can't have sun under clouds if the Earth is flat. All right. So I type in sun under. There we go. That's enough. And here are videos of, look, here's the sun clearly below the clouds,
right,
where the tops of the clouds are lit. This is just perspective.
Yep.
Right? Because people say, so here's another one, right?
Those beams of light give it away.
This is a sunrise, right? The sun is below the clouds, and the tops of the clouds are lit. The bottoms are dark because the sun isn't truly below those clouds. The thing is, when you have thin clouds like this, you could say, oh, the bottoms of these clouds are lit. No, the tops are lit, but you're just seeing through. This thick cloud doesn't have any light on the bottom of it because it's thick. The tops are lit. So this totally debunks the sun under clouds, but you can find anything on here. Someone says, what about the moon landing? You just type in the LEM. That's always good. Whoops. LLLEM. And you have all the pictures that you need. It's like, oh, you believe that we went to the moon in this guy, in this
nice.
paper mache.
The stuff was in there. That's good.
Yeah. It's everything's in there. Everything's there. And if there's something in there that if you're looking for an image that's not in there and you have an image, you can submit it on my website, flatearthdave.com, and I'll add it to the app and everyone will have it instantaneously. People send me an image. If I like it, bam, it's in the app, and then it's on your app. No update needed. So.
Oh, cool. With how much I get sent by my viewers, I'll probably send you some stuff.
Yeah, just send me good stuff. Don't send me low res, copied.
No,
send me any good images. But first, check the app because there's thousands of images in there now, and they might already be there. That's that. And also, there's a shopping page now. Oh, he's in it for the money. These are other people's stuff. Some of it's my stuff, but anything I want, like, hey, you're going to a party, you're going somewhere, you want to get a flat Earth gift for somebody. Where are you going to go? What are you going to do? So I'm trying to compile stuff, right? This which I showed you before. This is my my compass, my flat Earth compass, cut out of metal. This guy icewall.shop. They're amazing, and we also have the map. Also, it's very, very, very cool, very cool. Look, I'll show you. I'll give you a peek of my studio. There's mine. There's mine right there on the wall.
Nice.
Right.
Real nice.
And then I have I don't know if you can see over here, I have my Gleason's map one.
You're covering that with your hand.
Am I?
The thing's behind us.
There. I gotta go this way.
It's
Sorry.
kind of weird. Yeah, it's a weird view how you got it there.
All right. Well,
we can kind of see it, sort of.
Yeah. Oh, because it's going like that. So now we go. Look at that.
There it is. That's way better. Way
there
better.
It is. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. The UN. You got the UN flag. Look at that.
Is that what it is?
That's exactly what they used. Did you see that? They used that on the UN flag.
Well, if you just go into the images and type in United Nations, there it is. Bam. Not only is it the UN flag, it's the International Maritime Organization, the World Meteorological Organization, and International Civil Aviation Organization. Why do they all use that map? I don't know.
Very odd. Very well, probably because they know how the world actually looks.
But here's my challenge for anybody that's not flat Earth. Watch every day. There's a new video right here. Just while you're having your tea or coffee or whatever, just watch that daily video every morning. Comes out at 8:01 a.m. Eastern.
Lower left-hand corner.
Lower left corner. Just click it and watch it, and that's it. And after 2 weeks, if you still think the Earth is a globe, you weren't watching. But you could win 3 Bitcoins by sending me 1 globe proof. But before you do, you have to hit the question mark button, and that opens up the frequently asked questions. And just make sure it's not answered in here because it probably is. It probably is. And everything's there, from boats over the horizon. Where does the sun go? Why the lie? It's one of my favorite sections. Awesome. Pilots and scientists, right?
Oh, I'm going to that one. I'm a pilot. I'm gonna check that out.
Oh, there's tons of pilots and stuff. Amazing. amazing stuff. And then there's also a book section, right? You could say, all right, I want to go to biblical. Bam, here's the biblical section. These are biblical flat earth books. Pretty cool, right?
Yeah, I'm sold on the app. $3 is not much for an app.
Let me tell you what you have to pay for. The search images. You can scan through the images yourself. The search images, the sending messages, video calls and stuff like that. And what else? Oh, the search for videos. That's subscription. But basically, the $11 subscription, I'm adding new features all the time. That everything's always included in that $11, and the $11 will never go up. And you can also get it for free, because anytime you're talking to someone about flat earth and you pull up something on the app, every single person says, where do I get that app? Every single time. So getting 11 subscriptions over the course of a year, pay for 1 year, is pretty simple. Also on my website, flatearthdave.com, I now have an open source version. If you don't want to go to Google Play, a lot of people have de-Googled phones. You can download the app direct. You can pay for 1, 2, or 3 years if you want. And you can just download it direct without Google Play.
Awesome. Yeah, I have the app on my phone right now, but I haven't subscribed yet because I wanted you to tell me about the app, and you did.
And cool. go. You can, without subscribing, you can open up the Friend Finder, which is the handshake button. Oh, by the way, in the Friend Finder, I can go to the settings, and I could say, I want to turn on the radius. I want to say 50 kilometers, right? 50 kilometers. I say save. And I have right here, I have 384 people within a 50-kilometer circle. And I could click that, and I could send a message. Hey, I'm having a meetup at Rico's Bar and Grill Saturday, 4 p.m., 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock. Come one, come all, whatever. Bam. And then everyone gets that message. How about that?
That's pretty cool. That is cool.
Yeah.
There's so much in there.
And
much stuff.
Yeah, in the profile section, it's kind of like Facebook profiles. You just open it up and design your profile so people can kind of see who you are. You got your friends list and all sorts of stuff. You can kind of meet people that way. The meetup maker, the matchmaker is awesome. A lot of people are meeting their significant others, and I made it so you can. Just like, hey, you're looking for a single wingman. Doesn't matter. You can say, hey, I'm interested in men or women, just anybody that's single that I can hang out with, because I'm tired of hanging out with,
normies.
Normies. And, like if you're a single person, you want single friends, right? You want some single friends because it's, it's like, hey, I want to go out and, check out some ladies. I want to find a wingman.
Yeah. Well, Dave, we are close to the end of the hour, so
we're good. Good. I went long on there, so I'll give you another half hour if you want.
Yeah, well, I don't think I need the full half hour, but okay. You wanted to ask about the Mandela effect, and I wanted to talk about your interview with Roseanne. Are you allowed to talk about that?
Yeah, let's talk about that. I just popped a TikTok about the. What's funny? This TikTok got sent to me literally 5 minutes before the show about the Fruit of the Loom, on how. Okay. Fruit of the Loom said that no, they've never had it, and then some people started finding, Fruit of the Loom labels, old stuff with the cornucopia on it, and they're saying that it's a government psyop, and like, I don't know. I'm sure you're aware of this video, right?
Yeah, those see that's part of the problem with the Mandela effect. It's such a real. I think it's a threat personally to the controllers of this world, because there's different theories like CERN's causing it, or our theory. It's God is involved. That's the theory here, where you're visiting, and the people running the world don't want you to know that the spiritualism's real or that God has any hand in anything. So. Yeah, those Fruit of the Loom videos, they don't pan out. Like if you dig into them, you can tell they fake those labels.
But, oh, really? Okay, so that's your take on it. That those labels.
I can tell you the cornucopia was their logo, because I remember personally seeing that. But
me too.
A lot of times people will bring up evidence like, look, I found a video. Like I found the genie video, and they show the video and it's made up. Like you scan in.
Yeah, I get it.
and I'll show that they faked it.
Is it possible that we saw the cornucopia in a commercial, but it wasn't on the label?
I saw it on my actual underwear.
Yeah, I think I did too.
You saw it on my underwear?
No, I can't. You know what? I was going to make that joke before you did. Damn it.
This is the first time I've talked to Dave, guys. He didn't see it on my underwear. No, but that's one of those things where it's a personal thing. Yeah, I know, right? But it's a personal thing where you physically have had your hands on it. Like mine, what woke me up was the Fruit Loops, because I was walking through a store in Alaska, and I remember saying to my wife, well, they must have gone retro on Fruit Loops. It's spelled F-R-O-O-T. I didn't think anything weird of it. I just thought, well, they're not selling enough of them. They're spelling it different. And it looked weird to me. And then nothing really came of it until I saw somebody made a video showing how Fruit Loops used to look. And I was like, well, why in the heck would an idiot make a video about Fruit Loops? So it made me open it. So I opened it, and then they talked about it never looked the way that I know. I stared at it for years as a kid. We didn't have internet when I was a kid. You stared at the Fruit Loops box. I stared at it right in front of me every morning, eating Fruit Loops. So I knew it was spelled F-R-U-I-T. I knew it was. And now it's never been, ever.
Yeah, no, I get it. But I want to say something. There's so much controversy over the Mandela effect because there are some that are mistakes. There are some that aren't real.
There's many that are mistakes.
Yeah, that are just mistakes and people just having missed memories. And so people take that and go, that means everything else is wrong. It's like, people, it's the same with flat earth. Like, oh, this doesn't work, but that doesn't change it. It just means that there's some people that make mistakes.
Yeah, well,
the Dolly one is the one. My favorite is the friggin' braces.
Dolly have braces.
Yeah, that's incredible. That one is freaking me out.
So you've seen the movie, right?
I saw the movie. The biggest takeaway from the movie was that Jaws and Dolly had braces.
Right. Yeah, because she smiled and he smiled and they had a little connection there.
That never happened.
Well, they did smile, but she doesn't have braces now.
That just makes.
And the Wizard of Oz, I can't even, because my wife.
What's
my
that
wife
one?
Well, I'll tell you, my wife doesn't like to look directly at the Mandela effect because she's not really totally into this stuff that we're talking about. She knows who I am and what I believe in, though. And I'll tell her about, the Wizard of Oz has a lot of them. The Scarecrow has a gun now. There's no explanation of where he got a gun. He's walking around with a gun. When they're walking in the woods, he has a gun in his hand.
Get out of here.
And then, the witch of the Wicked Witch says, fly, my pretties, fly. You remember her doing that with the monkeys going out the window? She goes, fly, my pretties, fly. Yeah. Now she just says, fly, fly, fly. She doesn't say, fly, my pretties. She never said that. But we could go on for another hour with how many is in that video or in that movie. She won't let us watch the movie because she knows I'm going to sit there and go, ha ha, he's got a gun. Ha ha, look, there's a wrench with the Tin Man has a wrench. Why does he have a wrench? Ha ha. I'll do that the whole time.
You would be annoying to watch that movie with.
Oh,
I'd be annoying. I'd be annoying because I'd be playing Pink Floyd in the background, showing that it matches up perfectly.
Oh yeah, it probably does. I didn't realize that.
I was at a music festival, and this DJ, when they were playing the movie and the song, the album. Holy crap! It was unreal how well it was synchronized. Unreal.
Why is that? What's the theory on that one?
Dude, why do they do a lot of the stuff that they do? I think it's all just spells and matrix and simulation and I don't know, man.
The spell on you while you're watching it,
Yeah.
I think if you dug into it, it probably in the background is saying sleep. That from They Live. Like when you're watching those things, it's like keeps you from thinking about things. It kind of turns you off, turns your brain off if you allow it.
I don't know. I don't know how they do it. I don't know.
No.
All right. You want to talk about something else? You want to talk about Roseanne?
I do want to get into Roseanne before you take off because when I saw you on there, I was like, man, now I'm not going to get him on my channel. Now he's gone big, and we're never going to talk to him. That's what I thought when I first saw that.
No.
So how'd that happen? Did she do like I did? Is that how she got you, or how did you get on there?
Eddie Bravo was on, and they were talking. It wasn't fully flat Earth, no, not at all. And then he brought up flat Earth and was talking about more land beyond Antarctica. And she was like, what do you mean underneath? And then he explained it. And all of a sudden she goes, oh, I get it. You probably saw that clip because I took that when I saw that and I clipped it and it went viral. It went crazy everywhere.
Oh,
and,
okay.
And then she saw it, and then Eddie, I told Eddie to give her my information, and then they called me and said, "Let's go."
Okay, yeah, and then I didn't see the whole interview. I saw pieces of it. Did you convince her of anything? How would you think that
so
concluded?
they're hedging, like, hey, we're not flat earthers, and her son, the co-host, he's like, my mom's more into looking at this than me, but I don't think the earth is a globe. At the end, they're both like, that was very interesting. That was, and for them to go, yes, the earth is flat at that point, that's irresponsible. They're like, you brought up a lot of good points. It was just getting good. We went 90 minutes, I think, and normally her show's normally an hour. And they've already invited me back. So, that we'll go deeper next time, but they're there. There's no way an intelligent mind can look at real earth information and not understand it's not a globe. I don't need you to say the earth is flat. You just know that it's not a globe. That's it. You're there. Right?
Did you show her the copy and paste clouds on the NASA pictures?
Yeah. But that's Flat Earth 101. And that's basically what we're doing is Flat Earth 101. But she was blown away. We hung out for a while afterwards and had some tacos and talked about it. And and they're very, very interested. She's very excited. If you go to her show right now, and just go to the last episode when her son's talking, behind her is my flat Earth compass. Behind him, because I brought them one, and he put it up. It's now a permanent. This is behind him in the studio.
That is good.
Isn't
if we
great?
can just. Even if you never even went back, if you made an impact and it kind of just you put some good water in the bad water, it's always good to do.
Dude, this is the thing about flat Earth. It's the greatest topic to get behind because once you see it, you can never unsee it, right? Like you can wake someone up to 9/11, the Connecticut thing, the Boston thing, right? And then they forget about it. They're like, and things change and there's different administrations and whatever. And, and they don't wake up every day going, oh, Boston Marathon. No, you forget about it. Flat Earth, every single day you wake up, you're like, wow, Earth is flat, right? Speaking of things that you never forget, we were talking before about, what woke me up. And I said the Federal Reserve and the IRS. Without saying anything too clearly, anybody that's interested in not contributing their money that they earn to wars, what I mean is you make $100 and somebody thinks they're entitled to 20 or 30 of that, right? And it all goes to nonsense. There is a legal and lawful way not to have to do that. And if you're interested, we do a couple Zoom calls every other week or so, and we might be doing one this week or next week. I'm not sure, but just email me at info@theflatearthpodcast.com. Say you heard it here and you want to be included on the Zoom call. They're usually like on one evening around 7 p.m. Eastern, if that works for you. And it's mind blowing. Now, this isn't the sovereign citizen thing. This is literally the lazy man.
That was my next question.
It's not that. It's not that at all. Not that at all.
Because put a license plate on your car and you get shot.
No. This is the thing. That it take. I'm not saying don't do that. It's kind of interesting, but it takes balls, it takes time, it takes money, and there's a lot of risk. This has zero risk, zero time, zero effort, and it lasts forever, and it works. Period, and it's lawful. It's completely lawful. It's what the elite do, and people just unaware of it. And so we're educating people. It's super easy. So if you pay, let's say $5,000 in taxes a year, this is a no-brainer. Okay. Wow. And when I say pay, I don't mean like, oh, I got $2,000 back. Yeah, but they took $17,000 from you. Okay. Right.
Well, you're paying then. Yeah,
you're paying 15. Right.
Right.
You avoid having to pay that. So info@theflatearthpodcast.com, and I'll add you to the list, and you can join. And then it's up to you. It's one Zoom call. We try to make it as quick as possible because we don't like dwelling about it. We're like, here's the information, take it or leave it.
That is super awesome. Would you have anything else? Because I think we can wrap this up at this point. if you have a question for me before we go.
No, it was a fun conversation.
Really
It's just, here's the thing. People like, Dave, with all the stuff that's going on in the world, why are you talking about flat earth? Because this is the foundation of all the lies. This is the foundation. Spinning on a ball, out of control in a godless expanding universe, expanding 1 billion miles a minute or a second or whatever it is in all directions is how you dilute God, right? They're hiding God, right? If you had a glass of milk, how do you dilute it? You pour it into a swimming pool, okay? Yep. And now it's diluted. How do you dilute God? You pour it into infinite space, infinite expanding space, right? Oh, yeah. Which is, and then you lie endless to kids. Worlds. Yeah, your kids' common sense tells them we're not moving. We're not. I'm fishing in a little pond, and it's water's level and it's contained and it's not moving. But then you say, oh no, it is. Well, you're on the ball, it's spinning outside, and you're in a vacuum, and it's like it's so dumb. It breaks children's minds. And when your mind is broken and you're living on their ball, playing in their fiat currency on their ball field, you have to play by their rules. And their rules have laws that literally are against God, right? All laws except God's laws are against God. Yeah. And so the way they get away with it is, you're born and they're like, okay, first let's poison you so you're not pure. And now we're gonna trade you on the stock market, all right? So we own you. And then we're going to put you on our fake ball field and we're going to indoctrinate you into this fiat currency. And here's the thing. Everyone's freaking out about the election. Here's the deal. It doesn't matter who wins. No, just ignore the government. Just ignore them. The only power they have is the power that we give them, the attention we give them. Imagine if everybody heard this podcast, they're like, hey, they're right. I'm just going to completely ignore the government. We're just going to do our own thing. Done. Their government's dissolved. All their power is gone. All their power is gone. Yeah. Right. And anybody that's fooled by the PSYOP that happened on July 13th, stoplookthink.com. Scroll down to that PSYOP and watch those videos. And
I covered that in detail on my last live stream. What I do is I switch over to Rumble. So I really cover it in detail.
I'm not even sure where you stand on it, but if you look at it, it's just like flat earth. The conclusion is nobody got hit by anything. I'll just say that.
Yeah. You're And not only that, I can show you that it's impossible. The entire thing's impossible.
The entire thing is a skit, and it's made up with all these different side things. Oh, two guys, 3 guys, 4 guys, guy in the water tower. Bullshit. Okay, stoplookthink.com. Check it out. Don't believe me. Make up your own mind, but look at the evidence before you have Trump savior syndrome.
I have tons of evidence on that one because I don't even have to do it because I have viewers who just send me things. And I wake up in the morning like, whoa, look at all this evidence from all around the world. This is awesome. Well, Dave, this has been really cool because I could probably just talk to you all night, but I have to work tomorrow. So I really
all right, man.
But I'll get back on your schedule and get you back in here if you're willing to do it.
We can talk about it. Let's give it a little time. But I'm happy to do it. And anybody that wants to not, especially if you get 1099 pay, holy crap. You're insane. Anybody that gets 1099, but even if you get W-2, you can do that, but you just can't do it as complete as the other way. It's a no-brainer. Literally, it's crazy. If I said, hey, I got an investment for you, give me $5,000, and every year I'll give you $5,000 back for the rest of your life. That's a pretty good investment, right?
Yeah, that's real good.
This is 1,000 times better than that, depending on how much money you make, of course.
All right. Well, I appreciate it, Dave. I think some people learned a lot for sure. Most of us in here, it's just like this is a big room of a bunch of people that agree, really. So you're not in a lion's den talking to us, but we appreciate you being here for sure. I know I was glancing at the chat room. So it was great. I enjoyed it. I'm gonna close it out.
All right, guys. Thanks. See you, everybody. Thanks.
All right. So remember, guys, the truth is the foundation of everything. The truth stands alone. The truth does not mind being questioned. You don't have to prove the truth. You have to prove a lie. You have to have stories to prove lies. But the truth stands completely alone. The truth, as we see it, the truth is the beginning of all understanding. This entire thing began biting into one piece of fruit. Think about that. And I will see you definitely Friday, God willing. I really enjoyed it.
So many times you reached out to me, but I turned my back 'cause I didn't think you had what I need. But now you're everything to me, and I can't be without you, God. You're everything, and I want to say thank you. I was lost and you found me. I was dead inside and you breathed into me, and you brought these bones to life. I want to say thank you. Thank you for saving me. Thank you for loving me unconditionally, God. You stood with open arms, but I ran away, 'cause I was scared of the pain that came with trust. But I came running back into your embrace, because I knew you'd still be there. You'd never leave me, God. And I want to say thank you. I was lost and you found me. I was dead inside and you breathed into me, and you brought these bones to life. I want to say thank you. Thank you for saving me. Thank you for loving me unconditionally, God. And I don't deserve you, God. I don't deserve you, God. But you keep on loving me anyway. Oh, you'd never stop loving me, God. I want to say thank you. I was lost and you found me. I was dead inside and you breathed into me, and you brought these bones to life. I want to say thank you. Thank you for saving me. Thank you for loving me unconditionally, God. Oh, thank you.